Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Ladies of Legacy. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I'm the founder of AALAC. I am also the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine. My whole desire is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and to touch on topics that's affecting our brown communities. Tonight, I'm super honored because I have the opportunity to represent Aspiring Authors Magazine as we present 61 amazing women from around the world that are creating and leaving a legacy. They are that right now legacy. I call it now legacy. They don't have to wait till they're gone. You can Google them and find out who they are right now because they are trailblazing in their own rights. I'm super excited to have this woman of God come forth. I'm going to move out the way and allow Dr. Karen Lomax to introduce herself because I know I'll leave something out. That's just how amazing she is.
Well,
welcome.
Hello. Thank you for, I'm good. Thank you for allowing me on the show. Listen, I'm a bit under the weather, but God is still good. Okay. So thank you for allowing me to come on the show and be a part of this epic thing that you are doing in the kingdom. So thank you. And for those who do not know me, I am Dr. Karen D. Please put the D when you say my name because there is another Karen Lomax out there. And so that's why I put the Karen D. But I'm super honored to be on here. I never would have thought of myself as a lady of legacy. I'm just doing what God is telling me to do, but I will toot my own horn tonight because I was asked to do so. And so first and foremost, I'm a mother of two. My children are adult children, Jonathan, who is in the Army, and Alexis, who is a model in her own right. And then I'm the grandmother of Florian. And so I wanted to just come on and talk a little bit about what I do, because everyone sees me and everyone hears my name, but they don't know exactly what it is I'm doing. They just know I do something amazing and something, as they say, fantastical. But I have my hand in a little bit of everything. I wear a lot of different hats, y'all. And so the first thing I want to talk about is HERS. And for those who don't know what HERS is, that is healing, empowering, restoring, reorganizing, and supporting. And it is my life coaching business. That is something God dropped in my lap when I was going through trials of life. And those 5 things is what helped me get through it. And so I take those 5 different things and I help other women entrepreneurs and women in ministry work through self-sabotaging habits, fear, all different kinds of things that keep us stuck where we are. And so that is what HERS is all about. I also have on the, as I call it, the blue side of the house, HIS, which is healing, inspiring, and supporting. And those fellows do the same thing that I do on the pink side. They do it on the blue side. And it's mentorship for men. It's an outreach ministry for men, a network for men, coaching for men. That's another thing God dropped in my lap and set me as the head of that. But I don't do that myself. I do have other men of God that are behind me, pushing me and helping to undergird that. We have that. I also have I'm a HERS Girl, which is a nonprofit, and it is also a global community service organization, and where I bring other female entrepreneurs together to collaborate to help, push other women in business and other women in ministry out there. And we also do things in our community. So it's not just me. I'm just the catalyst that God used to bring all of these different women entrepreneurs together so they could get a little bit of push and a platform so they can get noticed, so they can get some view time from everyone out there. And so that's what that is for. And we do things globally. We don't do things just here in the United States. We do things globally. I've partnered with other women entrepreneurs who are in Pakistan, who are in India, who are in all Afghanistan, and all these different countries. And also while we're talking about the international, I am a sitting ambassador with the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights, and I sit on there as the advisory council lead. And so what I do over there is I help with policies, procedures, and different types of protocols. And so I sit there, and the leader of that is Ambassador, Her Excellency Dr. Amina Ali. And so I'm grateful to God for putting me in this position to where I get to have a voice, but it also allows me to open up a door for other women of color to have a voice, and for us to be seen, and for us to be heard on this global platform, because before there was no one sitting there. And so I'm honored to sit in that seat and have other brown girls and brown boys. Now we're not just examples for brown girls, because I want men and women alike to know that you can get to where I am if you continue to stay motivated, you continue to stay dedicated and focused on the things that God has called you to do. So those are some of the things that I do. But my most prize, my most joy, and the thing that really encourages me, and you can see that I'm smiling right now, is Karen Lomax Ministries International. And I am so grateful to God for that ministry, because that ministry, and this is me bragging on God, that ministry has touched lives around the world 10 times over, and it continues to do so. And God continues to bless me to be a blessing to others through that ministry. And so that is something that I will forever be grateful to God about. I also have a publishing company, Kairos Editing and Publishing, and I'm so happy to announce that I have published my 27th author. Go me, my 27th author, and I have a writing course as well called Let's Write, and that's starting next week. And I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited. But all of these things are things that God has put in my hands, and I didn't do it alone. He surrounded me with others who keep me focused, and they keep me encouraged while I do it. But I would tell anybody, it's not easy sitting where I sit. It's not easy walking where I walk, but I'm loving every minute of it. I mean, it doesn't matter what comes, no matter what happens, no matter what others do, I still have a smile on my face, because I know I have a great God at my back, and he won't let me fall no matter what. And so I'm so excited about all of these things that he has allowed me to do. Sometimes, and Angela was just saying that earlier, that I have a tendency to want to push and talk about others more than I do myself, because that's just how I was raised. But tonight, it really is, as she said, it is about me. And God told me this season to be loud. He told me to come out of the shadows. He told me that it's time for me to step in the forefront and take my rightful place as a forerunner. And so I am enjoying that. It comes with a lot of backlash sometimes. It comes with a lot of disappointment sometimes, but it still is a great place to be. And so I'm enjoying every single minute of it. You can Google me and find me on Google. You can follow me on Instagram at Karen Lomax Ministries, at Hers LLC, at Kairos, and I'm a Hers Girl, and at His Turn 2017. Same thing on Facebook. You can find me at all of those on Facebook as well. And I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on YouTube under Dr. Karen D. Lomax, as well as over on Twitter. You will find me at Chaplain Lomax at Twitter. And so I guess I've said enough about myself before I ask Angela to come back in, but I didn't know what all she really wanted me to talk about, but I think I've given them a lot. I think I gave them much more than I did before, and I think I have come out of the shadows, Angela.
You did. You did. You shared a little more this time. You were obedient. I'm proud of you. Oh, the enemy. See, the enemy. Let me tell you what he did to me, though. Kick me out.
See, see,
But see, I didn't have to hear all the goodness because I know personally I know close and personal how
yes.
amazing you are. So he didn't stop nothing.
He didn't
And
stop
then
nothing. But can I give them this little bit about you? Just a little bit. It wouldn't be me if I didn't give them a little bit of piece about you. A lot of people don't know that I've been doing mentoring. I've been mentoring for over 20 years. I have just not been known. I have been mentoring over 20 years, and she was my first mentee ever, and scared me to death when she was my first mentee. When I first came out, and everybody really made a big deal about me being a mentor. But I've been doing mentoring for over 20 years. But she was the first one that God sent me, that brought me out of the shadows as a mentor, and the one that was loud. And I loved it because I'm like, she loud, I'm loud, let's do this. And the way that it happened was it was so amazing. And I remember, and I see the flag, and I see her banner in the background now. And I remember she was in a room. You were in a room, and you were going live, and it was dark. And it was dark. And I said to myself, I said, I don't know who she is, but she about to do something. And then it wasn't too much longer when you hit me up and you said, I need somebody that can help guide me. I need somebody that's going to, help me out a little bit. And I was like, Lord, this is what we doing, but it honored me. I was honored behind it, and it really blessed me, and it encourages me to see just how far God has brought you. And now I have the opportunity to sit here and with this front row seat and just watch the fireworks. So that's the little piece that I want to put in there, because it wouldn't be me if I didn't, make sure that I said something about my mentee.
wow, you are amazing, and she's a perfect example of a leader, and what I try to give out to people, because you don't mind raising us up and then allowing us to go on and then come back. Because if you not allowed me to branch out and spread my wings, we wouldn't be having this conversation. I'll be still somewhere, probably sitting watching one of your lives, and not even doing nothing, for real.
Right.
But you push me to step out of the box. And once the fire got lit under me, it just like ain't no stopping, ain't no turning back, ain't no. I don't care if we
No.
don't talk for months. When we do talk,
Right.
it's just like we never been out of sync with each other,
And she's the only person who's
and we can
allowed
just
to call me mommy dearest. She's the only person. If anybody has ever watched that show, Mommy Dearest, with Betty Davis, in that show, I'm tough like that. I'm hard like that, but I love hard like that. And she calls me Mommy Dearest. And so she's the only one that does it. And it just makes my heart flutter when she does. So it's wonderful. And I am just really, really honored just to be on here, and even to be considered a lady of legacy. This I have gotten like certificate awards. I have gotten those. I've never gotten like the big, here, set this on your shelf. You know what I'm saying? Never got any awards like that. For me, this is a reward. This is a reward, and I love this. And so this is like one of the greatest awards I could get, because it's a reward, because I poured in, and I get to see what blossom.
wow. And you get to see it now. You get to smell your flowers now. I'm so happy for you. I want to talk about legacy, because you're definitely creating legacy, and you are providing an outlet and an opportunity for other people to create legacy. Because go back to me. If you not lit that fire under me, I wouldn't be doing half of the stuff that I'm doing to create a legacy, or even smooth the path for somebody to come after me. I would have been still sitting probably in Atlanta doing nothing. I wouldn't have been down here in Myrtle Beach probably, and allowing God to use me. and I've probably been walking around with an ego and an attitude, not healed.
Right. Right.
So
And that's what stops a lot of people from becoming a legacy. That's what stops a lot of them from even knowing someone who is a legacy because of ego and hurt. And then they get the pride, and they feel like you can't teach me something else because I've arrived. And I know this is your interview, but since we're talking about the legacy, I really wanted people to understand what it really honestly means to pave the way for somebody. It's not easy. It's not easy. You have to be willing. I always tell people, you have to be willing to get beat up. You have to get willing to get beat up. Your character gets beat up. Your integrity will get called into question. You have to be built for the beat up. If you've ever seen, and everybody has a pinata, that's what you are. You are a pinata, and you have to understand that what's inside of you is what people need, but the only way to get it out is to beat it. And so you get beat up so those who are coming behind you can get the good stuff. And so you protect that, but you get beat up in order for them to be able to get the good stuff and get the beneficial things that you have on the inside of you for them. And being a legacy is leaving footprints, and not just leaving footprints, but heavy footprints, deep footprints. And it does come with a lot being on your back and your shoulders, but you leave those lasting deep footprints so that the ones coming behind you don't get lost. They don't have to get lost because they have footprints that they can follow. All they got to do is step right after you and follow the footprints, and all the way up into where you have carved out a space for them. And not that, opening doors. Some of us have had to kick down a door. God has opened many doors, but some doors we've had to kick down a door so somebody else can come on in. And it's not easy work. It's not. I mean, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of crying, and a lot of hurt, heartache, and pain. But you still have to tell yourself, I was built for the beat up. I was built for the beat up. And if you're going to be a legacy, and one of my favorite women, and I really look up to her, and a lot of people, because she's controversial, but I look up to her because I've watched her life. She's no longer here, but Elizabeth Taylor. I always loved Elizabeth Taylor because she created a legacy, and she didn't care what people said about her. And the more they printed about her, the more she shined out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was doing her thing or whatever, but she created a legacy. She created a legacy, and she was flawless in doing it. She stayed beautiful while she got beat up, in the tabloids, in the news. And the more they said some crazy stuff, it seemed like the more beautiful she would get. She would throw her hair on, she would throw her diamonds on, and she would come out and she would be ready to face the world and be like, ask the question. But she created a legacy. She created a lasting legacy. And that's what I always wanted to do. I wanted to create something so my children and my grandchildren could come along and say, my grandma built that. My grandma is the one who established that. My mom did that. I want something physical for them to be able to cherish and to look at and say, that was my mom. Or Florian saying, that was my grandma. My grandma did that. I want to be able to leave something. I'm really praying for something huge because I want to do something huge, and God knows what it is, and everybody's praying for it. But another person that I look as a mentor when it comes to a legacy is Oprah. Too many people don't like her, but I love her because, again, she don't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't let that stop her from doing the things she does. Here she is. She has an entire girls' academy in Africa. She's doing something so girls can have an opportunity to become, better than who and what they are. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm attempting, and I'm praying it's working. And so I want other young girls and women to be able to have something that I've left in place to where they don't have to fight to get it. They don't have to elbow their way in. They ain't got to kick and shove. They don't have to put another woman down. They don't have to step on another girl to get it, but it's there and it's available for them all. That's what I'm hoping that I'm carving out in this world and leaving that type of legacy.
Wow. That's an amazing legacy. And that is exactly what you're carving out, because that is exactly what I want to do. And as my mentor, you are leading by example. I tell you, you're amazing. I want people to be able, if you were not here tomorrow, what would you want people to truly say about Dr. Karen D. Lomax?
If I were to leave here tomorrow and God took me home tomorrow, the one thing that I would want people to really say about me is she never stopped praying. She never stopped being faithful, and she went down swinging. That's what I want people to know. That I didn't lay down and just die. That I went down swinging. I went down fighting. That's what I want people to know.
Wow. And you're definitely leaving a legacy. You're not just telling your story, but you're providing opportunities for others to share through anthologies. And I tell you, if individuals have not supported your platform or seen some of your amazing work, I truly want to encourage them tonight to go over and support you. Once again,
thank you.
Please share how they can support you. Yeah, I see all the amazing collaboration projects that you do. It takes a special person to be able to collaborate, because you have to deal with so many different personalities. You have to deal with so many different attitudes, and then everybody wants to be that one.
Yeah.
And they don't want to realize that if you got 50 other people on this project with them, then there's 49 other people that you got to be equally concerned about. But they want that one. They want that attention. So it
Right.
truly takes a special person to be able to do collaboration projects, because you have to bring people together from all walks of life. You have to bring people together with, like I say, all them personalities, and you have to bring them together and get them on that one accord so that you can produce this project.
People really don't know, and you do, because this is what you do. This is the queen of collaboration. I'm so excited, and I'm proud to say that my mentee is the queen of collaboration, and rightfully so, because it's what you do. And a lot of people don't understand how I do things, why I do things the way that I do things. And again, being someone who is trying to create a legacy also brings a lot of hatred towards you. It also brings a lot of competition. It brings a lot of jealousy and envy. And so I'm one of those people that I shirk it off. I won't lie and say it doesn't get to me. It does get to me, but I have to shirk it off, because I have to remember what the end goal is. I have to remember what the mission is. And unfortunately, people don't understand that they hurt you. And people are saying, well, why don't you tell them that they hurt you? People don't have to tell somebody that they hurt somebody. And so I'm one of those people that I just continue to work. But as you said, trying to bring people together, and people with different attitudes, people who think they know everything, people who have a desire to change, but they don't want to change because you won't say it the way they want you to say it, and you won't do it the way they want you to do it, but you're trying to help them because you've done it. You know what I mean? You've done it. You know what works. And I have to give a shout out to my mentor, to one of them, because I have tons, but to my mentor, Elaine Swan. Y'all know her as the etiquette lady. That's something that she taught me. She says, you are an expert own that you're an expert. You know what I'm saying? But on the ministry side, people always say, well, you stay humble, stay humble, stay humble. And God is like, yes, stay humble, but that don't mean not to be who and what it is that he called you to be. You know, she used to tell me a time, she said, if you're a master life coach, start saying you're a master life coach. It don't matter what other people say. You certified, start saying that you certified. You know what I'm saying? She said, if you're an expert in something, say that you're an expert in something. If that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? And so it is that. And then people want to, that they would rather not support. And I'm huge. And this is why I sit where I sit, because I'm a supporter. I've been known to support. And I'm huge on that, because I try to tell people that's how things get done. That's how you can get to a seat like this, is by supporting. You can't get to where we are if you don't want to support nobody. If you want to be the it person, but you don't want to support the person who is it at that time, you're not going to be it. You got to support the it person in order for you to get to the point to where you are the it person. But being the it person, they don't get it until they get there. What comes with being the it person? It's not glamorous. We make it look good. We put our hair on, we put our glasses on, we put our blazers and stuff on, jewelry it up. But it is not easy. I tell people my body goes through so much, but I know I have to put a smile on my face. I have to put a smile on my face, and I have to show up because of the position that God has allowed me to be in. I have to show up. Even if I have to show up on camera, but I still got to show up. I got to put it on. I got to turn it on, because somebody else is relying on me to give them that nugget. Somebody is relying on me to give them that encouraging word. Somebody somewhere is relying on me just to show up and be cute while I'm going through. That's how you become legacies. You don't become a legacy by just, saying you get hit here, get hit there, and then you just lay down and you just be like, well, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. Folk don't support me for no reason. And we're going to be real. If we're going to talk, this is about being a legacy. People don't want to support you because they're jealous. People don't want to support you because they're intimidated by you. You're not intimidating. They're intimidated. And so they won't support you just because of who you are. Some people won't even put their name on stuff because they know people won't support it if they see their name on it. But that don't stop me. That doesn't stop me. Non-support don't stop me. I still go because I know somewhere somebody is going to want it. And believe it or not, the ones that don't support you are the ones who need it and want it. But because of their jealousy, their pride, and their envy, they won't subscribe to it. Because again, and I've said this before, because you represent where they miss out. You represent like a failure to them, and them not understanding that it's not failure. Before y'all even got to look at this hers and any of my logos, before the hers logo even was seen, that thing had failed about 5 times. I had scrapped hers about 5 times before it even got presented to the world. But I didn't give up. And I said, God, ain't nobody about to follow me. Folk don't even like me. God said, I love you though. That's all I needed. I don't care if don't nobody like me. I know God loves me, and God got my back, and he's pushing me. And as long as I got a God at my back who loves me and push me, it don't matter if don't nobody like nothing. It don't matter if don't nobody buy nothing. It don't matter if don't nobody subscribe to nothing or share nothing. And I stopped, and God said, Karen, stop asking folks to share stuff, and you just start putting it out there your own self. And I did. And God has made it do what it do.
That's it.
That's what being a legacy is about. You got to be able to bear this type of stuff and not have no ill will or hatred, bitterness, or anger in your heart, because people are people. They humans, and that's what they're going to do. And they're led by their emotions.
That's their job.
That's it.
That's their job. Some of us we hate to recognize that some people are truly they holler God, but they not truly of God. They truly sent by the enemy, and they truly here to sabotage everything that you're supposed to be doing. They're here to distract you.
Right. If he didn't allow people, if some people are anointed to distract you. Some people are anointed to irritate and frustrate you. Because if you didn't have those type of people in your life, you wouldn't do nothing.
Nothing.
He couldn't get nothing out of you.
Nothing. Ooh,
you wouldn't do anything.
So you teaching tonight. You teaching tonight. What you teaching tonight? I mean, and people
really wouldn't.
People needed to hear that, because I mean, I was the same way for a long time. Me doing lives, me doing radio shows, me hosting podcasts, me doing a magazine, me doing books, little old country girl from South Carolina, Levelland, South Carolina, place people ain't never heard of. One way in, one way out. Everybody on my street is either my first cousin or my second cousin.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? See, so, Boot Hill in Missouri, as we call it. Country girl, Boot Hill.
Never thought, no.
But it's true though. People
have to believe in yourself. And then I kept, you want to sit at the table with people, and then it's like people, they act like they want you at the table, but then they act like they don't want you at the table. So you like, I ain't got time for that. So you know what? I ain't got to sit at your table. He said that he had a plan for me. He said he would prosper me. He said I would be in good health. He said I would have hope and I would have a future. Yes. So you know what? I hoped in him. And now I got a future because he allowed me.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I tell people. That's me. I was like, you know what? There were so many times that people would not invite me. They purposely wouldn't invite me. And God just had to tell me, and I had to learn it myself that maybe that's just not where you need to be. Exactly. Maybe that's not the people you need to be around. And then when God opened up a door, as you say, for me to sit at a table, I know half the people didn't want me at the table, but the seat was reserved for me. So I'm going to sit there. Y'all can look at me all you want to, but I'm going to do what it is that I was sent there to do. And when I'm done, I'll leave your table. You can have your table back. But at that moment, that seat was saved for me. That seat was reserved for me. And I'm going to sit in it proudly. And I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do there. And then I'm going to take my leave. I'm going to take my leave. And see, and that's another thing what people don't understand about being a lady of legacy. Some places you're not supposed to be there forever. Some places are temporary. You go there, you do what you're supposed to do. As we say, you get in, you do damage, and then you get out. That's what you do. You do what it is that you're supposed to do, and you get out, and then you go on to the next place. And that's just how you leave a legacy. There's footprints. You can't get in one spot and stand there. That ain't leaving no footprint. That's leaving a footprint. But you have to continue to go no matter how hard it gets. You can't allow your emotions to keep you stuck in a place. You can't allow what people are saying and doing to keep you stuck in a place. And the place is in your mind, and I can walk in a place and I can tell people don't like me in a place. And you know what that make me do? It make me do this. Straighten up my back and walk real slow so they can see me and get a good look because I'm here. I'm here to do something. I have a purpose here. And when I'm done, then you ain't never got to see me no more.
Okay. And wave all the way across the room. Hey.
Yes, I'm passing through. But we have so many women who just can't get past that disappointment piece, and they can't get past the piece that everybody ain't gonna like you. They can't understand that, and they can't comprehend that. And no matter how many times I try to coach that, no matter how many times you try to preach that, they won't get it because it's that human tendency that they have to be liked by people. And God never said folk were gonna like you. He never said people were gonna like you. He told us to make peace with people. He told us to love one another, love our enemies, but never once did he say anybody was going to like you. That was never a promise. And so anything that he never promised me, I have no expectation in it. I don't expect nothing from it. I only expect what he promised me, and that's it. And he promised me that he was going to love me and he was going to be with me all the way to the end of the world, to the end. And so liking It's not in my vocabulary. I'm not here to be liked. And when you are trying to be a lady of legacy, carve out, a space and a place for other women, being liked can't be at the top of your list. Being liked is not a priority. You have a mission to accomplish. What's the mission? What were your marching orders? Your marching orders did not include you trying to stop and make everybody like what it is that you have to say and do or who you are. That's not part of your marching orders as a lady of legacy. Your marching orders is carve out this space, no matter what you have to do, no matter what you have to take. No matter what people are saying, no matter what is going on around you, your orders are carve out spaces. So those, and probably some of those who are talking about you, can get to where you are and they ain't got to go through what you went through because they wouldn't be able to handle it anyway. So you were built for the beat up as a lady of legacy.
Wow.
You built for the beat up. You bounce back. You bounce back. And that's why I have to be careful when I mentor, because I want all the ladies I mentor to be able to bounce back. And all of them don't have that capability. That's not everybody. And so as a lady of legacy, you just have to understand you're not here to be liked. If you look at a lot of the women right now in celebrities, if you just go check them out and just research them, a lot of people didn't like them. A lot of people didn't like them. They were influential. People liked their influence. People liked what they could do. People like if they could pull in a crowd. They invite them to parties because they know, okay, I got this person here and everybody going to flock here. I don't like them, but other people do, so I'm going to use them to get people here. If you're not ready for that, if you're not ready to be called upon just because of your influence, because that's the only reason they want you there, if you're not ready to be copied, if you're not ready to be imitated, you're not ready to be a lady of legacy. You're not ready to sit in that seat because you're going to be copied. And I always tell people, but you never have to worry because the vision will still only answer to you. They can copy you all day, but the vision will only answer to you. But if your little heart can't take being copied, you're not ready. You're not ready to sit in that seat because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you're going to have those people who are going to purposely try to discourage you. They're going to purposely try to disappoint you. They're going to purposely try to knock you off your square. They are going to purposely try to do that. And if you can't get past that, if you can't say, you know what, I already know what they're doing. I see the devil in that. I'm not even finna say nothing, and keep it pushing. If you can't do that, you're not ready to sit here. And I'm not saying that to boost myself. I'm not saying it to boost myself. I'm saying it because that's the truth. It's the honest God truth, and it's facts. If you're not ready for any of that, you're not ready for your name to be scandalized, if you're not ready for people just to drag you all through the mud, man, listen, I always tell people you can drag my name through the mud, but when you get finished, I'm still going to be sitting here looking cute. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready for that and can't get past that, and that keeps you stuck, you're not ready to sit in this seat. You're not ready to walk this walk.
Wow. Amazing. I'm telling you, you are definitely leaving some big shoes to fill. I tell you, I'm reminded of that scripture where it says that he will be the father to the fatherless and mother to the motherless. Everyone know that I lost my mom 12 days after my 16th birthday, my natural mom. And I tell you, everything that you described, everything that you said, I'm telling you, if I didn't know no better, I would say you gave birth to me. Because that's my mama.
That's why you have a soft spot in my heart. There really is for you. And you know me, I'll be like, y'all don't be talking about my baby. You know, I'll be ready to fight over you. But my thing, but people just have to understand that. And I don't know how much more I can explain that to people is you have to have tough skin, and we have to quit telling people this is what we got to do. If we want our daughters to grow up to be legacies, to be women of purpose, we have to stop crippling them. We really have to stop crippling them, and we have to stop enabling people when we say, well, it's okay, it's all right, you can just be like that and it's okay. Because no, we need to start telling them, say, listen, baby, I know they said this, but guess what? It don't matter. Keep it pushing. If we can just get that inside of our younger daughters' minds when they are young, then when they grow up, they won't grow up to be hurt women. When things like this happen, when they hear their name out there crazy, they won't lose it. They won't allow that to stop them from moving. They won't allow that to stop them from living. We got so many women who are just existing. I don't like that. I don't like to see someone just existing. We were all put here for a purpose. I want to see women operating inside of their purpose. That's why I do what I do. That's why I keep going. And people have been telling me, because I've been sick, and people would say, you need to rest, you need to rest, you need to relax. And I tell them, I said, I do. This is what relaxes me. I can't get out and go anywhere, but this is what relaxes me. Being able to come on and share something with someone that's going to encourage somebody else. Maybe somebody else needed to hear that, and that's what they needed to come out of a dark place. If you can't do this when your body is racked with pain, but you still smile because somebody needs to see your smile. You're not ready to sit here. You're not ready to walk in my shoes. You just not.
Wow. What a legacy. What a legacy. Now legacy. Wow. I'm honored to be connected to you. I'm humbled to be able to share you across my platform. You are definitely impacting lives, and so many lives. Just the mere fact that you're able to bring people together and collaborate. I tell you, I don't know who spoke that word, queen of collaboration.
That's what I love about you, though.
My life. I don't know who did that.
That's
but
what
whoever did it, I'm grateful. And it goes back to something that you said. When they kept saying it. So they kept saying it. I said, well, okay, they don't give me a name, then I'm about to go out here and be that name. And when I started saying it, then I started liking it. Hey, I don't care if you don't look. I'm like you. I don't care if you look. You ain't got, just let me in the room. If you let my pinky toe get in the door, it's over.
It's over. That atmosphere going to change. Okay. It's going to change. But that's why I love this platform that you have, because you're not intimidated. You're not intimidated. You look for great women to come on your platform. You look for them. And that's what women need to understand. It's like, it's not going to take anything away from you to support and push another powerful woman. It's not going to take anything away from you, but they won't do it. They won't do it. You see people take off, and then they get all in their feelings because somebody done took off. And I'm just like, I want to see the women that I mentor. I want to see them take off. I want to see them go further than I did. It lets me know that all the beat up that I got, it wasn't in vain. It wasn't for nothing. That I got beat up for this.
Exactly.
So it lets me know, it's like, okay, well, maybe I need, come on, keep bringing it. If it's going to keep you going this direction, keep bringing it. I can stand the beat up.
That's it. And then I'm like, I want them to do great. I want them to do great so they can send me somebody else so I can pour some more out so he can fill me up with something else. Come on, Jesus.
That part. That part. And your name.
Just allow me to pour out. Just let me fill you up. Let me pour out.
That's a promise.
Yes.
That's a promise. That's how God said he would make your name great. And people don't understand that. Is when you pour into somebody and you help them become great and they go out, guess what they do? They take your name with them. That makes your name great because they're going to want to know where you come from. Where did you come from? Who you attached to? That makes your name great. It makes your business great. It makes your ministry great when you pour in and send out. I tell people, I don't collect people. My job is to pour in and send out.
That's it. That's it. Woo! I tell you, I truly have been blessed on tonight. You are truly, truly amazing. And thank you. One more time, because we've been talking and I'm sure some people jumped on really quick and I want them to be able to connect with you. So how can they reach out to you? How can they support your platform?
You can support my platform by following. You guys, you can follow me on Karen Lomax Ministries International on Facebook. Please, I'm 2 more people away from hitting 1,000, so go on over there. You can follow me at Karen Lomax Ministries on Instagram. You can follow me at Hers LLC on Instagram. You can follow me on Hers Professional Life Coaching on Facebook. You can also follow me at Chaplain Lomax on Twitter and Karen D. Lomax on YouTube and LinkedIn. I'm also on Hers LLC at Pinterest too. I bet y'all didn't know that. I'm at Pinterest as well. So go on over there, follow me on Pinterest.
I'm telling you, she's all over the place, creating and paving the way for so many of us. So I encourage you to connect with her and allow her to pour just a little bit of that into you, because she's blessed me. I'm telling you, if you just get a little bit like that mustard seed, I'm telling you that little bit mustard seed of her, it's gonna take you to that next level. I'm telling you, you ready to evolve? Get connected. I love you, woman of God.
I
And
love you.
I trust me. I'm gonna do better this year. And I'm saying it on camera. So
You're
you
doing
have,
you're doing
yeah,
fine.
they ain't got no choice, but they ain't got no choice but to hold me to it. I'm gonna do better this year. I know. I really want you to be in Myrtle Beach for my birthday. So my birthday is April the 2nd. Not April the 2nd. The event is April the 2nd. My birthday is April the 1st. And
Okay. We
I
can
really,
probably make
yeah,
that happen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I really
We can
would.
make that happen.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Because I definitely want you to be there and to be a part of this. I'm excited. I'm excited. But I love you and
I
thank you for
love you.
stopping by and sharing with us and showing us what legacy is all about and the importance of creating a legacy. So again, I thank you so much from the bottom of my
Thank
heart.
you.
You have a great rest of your evening.
You too.
Thank you. I want to thank you guys for stopping by for another episode of Ladies of Legacy. Again, our magazine drops on March the 1st. You get an opportunity to meet 61 amazing women that is trailblazing their way around this world. They're setting the path and smoothing it for those to come after them. So I definitely want you guys to support the magazine. If you missed these lives, if you missed all of these lives, you're going to be able to catch the replays. I'm super excited. We're going to be on the On Demand Network under BHC Media Group. I'm super excited about that. Dr. Carolyn Stevens is the owner of that. So if you're interested in being a part of an on-demand network, I want to encourage you guys to go over and connect with her. Again, I am Angela Thomas Smith. I'm the founder of AALAC and the CEO of Aspiring Authors Magazine. Of course, I am the queen of collaborations. I love you guys, and guess what? There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Be blessed.